Calling all entrepreneurs, get ready because it's 2016 and tax day will be here before you know it. And if you can't afford a full-time accountant, all is not lost. But first order of business, when Uncle Sam comes knocking at your door, what do you do? Coming up next on The Pulse. Hello, I'm Denise Roberts and welcome to The Pulse, the show dedicated to helping Prince George's County businesses. My guest today is no stranger to the show, Shuwanda Williams, a certified public accountant and financial manager with Accounting and Tax Solutions. Good to have you back.
Thank you for having me again.
Yes. So taxes is everyone's favorite subject, right? But I just want you to tell us, what does it mean when we say you need to be prepared for tax day?
I think the first thing, when you say you need to be prepared, the business owner needs to understand that taxes are here to stay and taxes need to be accounted for. I think it starts with a mindset, Denise. For some reason, I think as business owners, we don't realize at times we have to deal with business taxes and we have to deal with individual taxes. And it can be a little confusing for the person who is coming to business for the first time and really don't understand all the mechanics of business taxes. So being prepared is a process that starts all year long. And if you haven't been prepared, you still can catch up. There's plenty of time.
Okay, so with it being less than a month or two away from the deadline, what can the small business owner do right now to get ready?
Okay. First of all, I would say the first thing is to look at the deadline for your taxes. And the deadline varies. For example, for corporations and S corporations, the filing deadline is March 15th. For partnerships, the filing deadline is April 15th. So you need to first be aware of that. And the next thing I would do would be a time chart to try to give me a couple days to look and see how I can realistically meet this deadline by putting a little effort into it every day. The next thing I would do is take a look at my financial statements. I find this time of year a lot of business owners haven't even prepared their financial statements, so they're in the crunch right now. So I would say the first thing would be look at the documentation, the supporting documentation, your bank statements. If your financial statements are prepared using a software, I would take a detailed look at that to make sure the information that is put in your financials is correct. Because guess what? If you have an incorrect financial statement, guess what? You're going to have an incorrect tax return.
Sure.
So it's very important that you look at the information and make sure it's correct.
Okay. What are some of the write-offs and deductions that businesses can take advantage of?
Well, for example, there are things like depreciation expense. A lot of businesses are buying capital equipment, computers, equipment for their businesses. There are certain aspects of accelerated depreciation or bonus depreciation which they can take advantage of. If they have employees, they can also get reimbursed, or they can use as a deduction on travel reimbursement, where they may pay for their employees for getting on the metro or just a driving credit, a travel credit they can give them. They can use that as a business expense. Okay. All those expenses you use to run your business. Okay. And it's very important to understand the difference between business expenses and personal expenses.
Right.
Sometimes they have a tendency to overlap.
So we know that the laws change from year to year. Is there anything new that businesses?
Oh my gosh. This year there's a lot on the table. First of all, I think I can explain it in looking at two major acts. First, there is the Affordable Care Act, okay, which everyone is really aware of this year.
And still getting used to.
Still getting used to. And then there's the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. And what that did was, those are the two major ones. Of course, Affordable Care Act, this is the first year where everyone is getting exposed to all the mechanics of the act. We're seeing new tax forms come in the mail now. For example, there are responsibilities for the employer and the employee. And we have a magical number known as 50 employees, or what's called employee equivalents. If you're less than 50, you have a certain rules you have to apply to, and if you're over 50 employees, you have certain rules. For the small business owners, there is also the business credit that you can get for the insurance premium. You can get up to 35 to 50% on the insurance premium for employees if you have 25 or less. If those employees make $50,000 or less, and most of your employees are covered under that insurance. So that can be a big break for the small business owner. And the small business owner also has to be aware of the fact that if they have employees that make over $200,000 a year, they have to pay the additional 0.9% in the Medicare charge. They also have to report on their W-2s what they gave or what they paid for health insurance coverage for the employees. So there are a lot of more reporting requirements this year under the Affordable Health Care Act. And then with the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act, what that did was extend a lot of the provisions that were legislated to expire this year. And a lot of those did not affect the small businesses as much as they did individuals this year.
Sounds like a lot of information to digest. Individual taxpayers are going through those same types of changes as well.
Yes, they are.
But yeah, so I guess what we need to do is figure out the things that we need to do to keep Uncle Sam from knocking at your door, right?
Yes, we do. One of those things you can do as individuals, I would suggest, first of all, that you always stay prepared. Make sure you have all your documents. Make sure you look in the mail. Make sure you don't forget anything. Look at your last year's tax return. Make sure you're not leaving anything out.
All righty. Today's photograph for Selfie on the Pulse is from Martin Smith, president of WealthCare Financial Group Incorporated. If you would like to see your business on this show, take a picture of you and your business and send it to us on Twitter at PGC Diversity. Be sure to use the hashtag #SelfieOnThePulse. More from our guests about how to keep Uncle Sam from knocking on your door. But up next, the pocket-sized business guide.
For our troops and their families, the military is more than a career. It's a journey, and every step along the way, the USO is there.
It's an experience that soldier will never forget. That's what the USO does.
Be a part of their journey. Donate today at USO.org.
When running a small business, you need to have a handle on your business finances, which can keep you on the right side of the IRS. It can also help you improve cash flow and grow your company. Here are some popular small business accounting tools for you to consider for your business, courtesy of businessnewsdaily.com. First, QuickBooks Online offers a wide range of features for all types of small businesses, including freelancers, consultants, online merchants, restaurant owners, and more. Whether you're just starting out, expanding, or have an established business, QuickBooks is packed with basic and advanced features to meet your accounting needs. Number 2, accounting software costs can add up, and not all small businesses will benefit from a paid service. Instead, Wave Accounting offers a free cloud-based accounting software specifically designed for small businesses, and it offers a comprehensive set of accounting features without the monthly price tag. Number 3, really small businesses need really simple accounting software. Zoho Books offers all the basic features micro businesses need, as well as advanced tools that grow with your business. And finally, most accounting software products have a mobile app, but not all apps are created equal. Of all the accounting mobile apps considered, FreshBooks wins for its ease of use, excellent customer service, and for offering all the features small businesses need to manage their finances on the go. Online accounting software can be really helpful. However, make sure you consult a professional accountant from time to time. Hopefully, these tips will help you better manage your business finances so that you can always be prepared for tax season. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Welcome back. If you're just tuning in with us, we're talking with Shuwanda Williams about being prepared to file taxes. You know, I read that in 2014 and 2015, the number of individuals being audited by the IRS are less than 1%. What is it that businesses need to be paying attention to so that they cannot get audited by the IRS?
The first thing that businesses need to understand is how to pay taxes for their business structure. That's the important thing. For example, if a business is a corporation and they make income, they should be paying estimated quarterly taxes throughout the year on the income they make. If a business owner has a structure such as a partnership or an S corporation, they're paying income on the income that's coming over from their business to their personal tax return. So a lot of times small business owners don't understand how to pay taxes for their business and their individual taxes, particularly when it comes through as a pass-through. So as a business owner, you're not only paying at times the employer portion, you're also employing the employee portion too. So a lot of business owners don't understand that. And as a result, they're not paying enough taxes to the Internal Revenue Service. The other thing they need to understand is when they're having losses. A lot of times huge losses are real flags for the Internal Revenue Service. Because as businesses, we're in business to make money, okay? And you can't keep on having a lot of losses year after year after year. So you need to make sure that your information is factual, is accurate, and is correct, and it will pass any type of flags. But if you have a lot of huge losses or large amounts in certain areas that you shouldn't have large amounts in, those things raise up flags.
Hence the importance of having a tax professional for your business. But when you do get in trouble with the IRS, what's the best approach for dealing with that agency?
The best approach to do is, first of all, is to communicate. I find that many business owners just go into this mode of fear and panic when they get a letter from the Internal Revenue Service. And they want to take that letter, just throw it in the trash can. Don't do that. The first thing you need to do is to really communicate. Get on the telephone, talk with them about your situation, understand what is expected. If you owe money, set up a payment plan. Once you establish a payment plan, keep the payment plan. If something happens and that needs to be interrupted, then you need to actually inform them and make sure you stay abreast and let them stay abreast of the changes. Communication is so important.
And then we were talking earlier about deadlines.
Yes, deadlines are changing for small businesses since 2016. Many of the deadlines for corporations, which were 3/15, will be 4/15, and some for the partnerships will now be 3/15. So make sure you take notice of the new deadlines for businesses in 2016.
Shuwanda Williams, thank you so much for coming on the show again today. And that's our show for today. Thank you for tuning in. This show and previous episodes are posted on our website. It's diversity.mypgc.us and click on the pulse. Our Twitter and Facebook handles are @PGC Diversity, and our YouTube channel is The Pulse TV. If you have a business question that you would like the answer to, send it to us on Twitter @PGC Diversity, and we'll answer it for you and mention your business on the show. Be sure to use the hashtag #AskThePulse. I'm Denise Roberts, your host, and remember, in Prince George's County, your success is our success.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you?
You know you do.
That's why we're here. We're free and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos. Go to GetSchooled.com.